So, Nigerians, please, I want you guys to help me or join me listening to Philip Shaibu responding to the matter between Natasha and Godwin Akpabio in the House of Senate. Maybe I'm the one who did not understand him. Please join me and listen to him.
What do you make of that? Some people call it drama in the National Assembly involving the Senate, a senator, and the president of the Senate. What do you make of it?
Yeah, interestingly, Natasha is my friend, and Senator Akpabio, the president of the Senate, is my political leader. I think the issues is that there are rules guiding the House. That was in the National Assembly. It's the prerogative of the leadership of the House to allocate office and to allocate seats. And and in the House, there is what they call lobby. You lobby for everything. For you to have a good office when you come in, maybe because of my experience as a two-time member of Edo State Assembly, when I came to Abuja, from day one, I went quickly to lobby, check the kind of offices that they have, areas and the location. I was able to lobby to have my office close to where I wanted it. And seats, I was able to also hurriedly go and lobby for where I want to sit. Whereas some persons that were coming for the first time did not know that you lobby for things like that. So there are rules. The rules of the House is clear. And you must be guided by the rules. It doesn't mean whether you are a man or a woman. The rules are meant for the House. So, and when you are subscribed to the oath of office, you must abide by the rules. So the issue of seats and the issue of offices and all those, they are privileged. And that is why even for the rules to be obeyed and to be enforced, we have a committee they call Ethics and Privilege. That also helps to moderate the attitude and discipline in the office. So for me, I don't think this is a gender thing. I think there is miscommunication somewhere, and we should abide by the rules of the House, and the rules are clear. The rules is not made for a woman, or neither is it made for a man. But it's unfortunate that I watched the last program. 4 women are in the Senate. Well, I think they need to.
So you guys have listened to what Philip Shaibu said. If I heard him right, he said that in everything in the House of Senate, you lobby. You lobby for everything. Which means, to my own understanding, which means there is nothing like due process in the House. If you have to lobby for everything, it means there is nothing like due process in the House of Senate. That is my own understanding about it. But this is not to the House of Senate. This is to Philip Shaibu. You just succeeded in explaining who you are. You are that person that is not satisfied with what you are given. Instead, you can go extra mile to get what you want. You just succeeded in explaining that you are not that person that believes in due process. You are that person. That is it is your character. You don't believe in due process. You are never satisfied with what you are given. And it's not a bad thing when one is not satisfied with what is given, but it's a bad thing when you have to lobby all the time to get what you want. We use the word lobby as if it's a good thing. Because when you want to lobby, you can go in a corny way and use some illegal way as well to lobby your way. To use means that are not right to lobby. To lobby means you go through the corner. You go through it's like you did not pass through the front door, you pass through the back door. That is what it means to lobby. We did not follow due process. So you lobby your way. the problem you had with Obaseki that made you left PDP and you went back to APC where you were coming from is something like this. The people of Edo State was saying we need an inclusive government where every tribe can be included in the governance of Edo State. Every region can be inclusive in the government. I remember one scenario where the Emoji of Esaland paid himself and his emissary visited our royal father, Obagatokbei. And one of their pledge was that a son from Esaland should be supported to becoming the governor of the state. And our royal father, in his wisdom, said it's something to look after, to look over. No response was given in his wisdom. So at that moment, many people in the state was looking for a situation where somebody from Esaland again can rule us. And that was why the People's Democratic Party, they supported Aswe Igodao. Because we were looking for a situation where we include every tribe, every region in the government. So Aswe Igodao was picked. But you were not satisfied. Even though people from the north have ruled us before, you were not satisfied. Even at that time, you were even the current deputy governor. But you were not just satisfied being the deputy governor, you wanted more. So you began to fight. And Obaseki and the People's Democratic Party stood their ground. Even at that time, if you still look at the APC, when they conducted their primary, at first, the current deputy governor now, which is Dennis Idahosa, was the one that won their primary. But because of the sensitization that it is the Esan people, somebody from Esan land that should rule us at this time, they quickly subchange it. That Akbakomiza, which is from Esan, should be the candidate that they are bringing out from APC so that they can also get vote. That was what happened, and they subchange it. That Akbakomiza, which is Okmebolo will become the governor, while Dennis Idahosa, who primarily won the primary, will become his deputy. But for you, you were not satisfied. Then you came around with the story of homeboy, the one that is homeboy, the one that is not homeboy. You fought with everything to make sure that you come out as the candidate of the People's Democratic Party. But then we are saying, no, people from the north, from where you came from, they have ruled before. They have ruled in capacity of a governor, in capacity of a deputy. Now, let do an inclusive government where every tribe, every region can rule. But you were not satisfied with it. The problem we are having in Nigeria now is the Igbos, they are marginalized, that they are not being, as in, they are not being added. So that was what we wanted to stop in Edo State. Let everybody be included in the governance of the state. It's not only people from the south that are educated. It's not only people from the north that are educated. People also from the Esan. They are also educated. They can also lead. But you fought with everything that you have. You fought and fought and fought. But the person you jam in the fight was a Maton Obaseki. He stood his ground against you. And you lost the primary. And even when you lost the primary, you fought with everything. To the extent that primary was going on in the assigned location in Samuel Bemudia Stadium, you also gather people in your own compound to do your own to do your own primary. The ground that was assigned for the primary to be conducted was somewhere of Bemudia Stadium for the PDP. But you were doing your own. You even brought to as far as bringing your own INEC officials to your own, maybe your own backyard, to do your own primary. This is how desperate you can be in order to get what you want. And you just granted this interview and you expose yourself again. Let me not focus on the Senate, because you said it that in everything in the House of Senate, you lobby for everything. Even you said where you were even serving as a Senate, the office you were given, you were not comfortable with it. You have to lobby to get the office that you want. Even the seat, you lobby to get. Oh God. Sometimes believe in due process. Believe in due process, oh God. Believe in due process. And sometimes when you are speaking, everybody will be a kind of having pity for you. Pity for you, the way you speak as if you are that child of God that is as in no stain. In fact, you are. Let me not say anything. Oga, my advice is, Oga, believe in due process. You are one person in the political space that so many people before had a lot of respect. In fact, me myself, I had a lot of respect for you before. I have a lot of respect for you. But with the way you are going, making sure that you get things the way you want it to be, you can do anything in order for you to have what you want. The love that so many people have for you is gone. It's just the truth. And I tell you, if you like, in the next election, come out